I remember, in my childhood days, watching a lot of documentaries on National Geographic Channel. That's when, for the very first time, I saw the Maasai Tribe, and I was totally fascinated by them. Their way of living, their culture, their tradition. It just caught my eye and stayed in my mind forever. I thought to myself, when I'll grow up, I will tell similar stories about the tribes from my own land. And that's what I've been doing all through. And the real inspiration behind it are these guys, whom I have always looked up to. And now, after almost 25 years later, finally, I'm here in the Maasai village with my dream tribe, the Maasai. So last year, when my first coffee table book, Gusadi Celebration of Being God, was published, as a token of gratitude, I wanted to go to Africa, meet the Maasai tribe, and gift them my book. So here I was in the Maasai village. I had such a warm welcome by the Maasai tribe. They danced and sang songs, welcoming me to their lives. I was so excited to watch them sing and dance live and not in the TV. Once the welcoming dance was over, I met the village chief, introduced myself, and the reason for my visit. He was a bit surprised and of course happy to know that someone has traveled all the way to Africa just to meet them and thank them in person. When everyone gathered, I could finally gift my book to them. It was a dream come true moment for me. And what was more interesting was when they were going through the book, they could find similarities between our Gond tribe and theirs. The boys, they normally they dress this way for 9 days. Okay, and
they don't have shoes?
No. It's very sacred, so they cannot wear shoes for 9 days.
Is sacred?
Yes. So they put ash all over their body, and they put this headgear. Okay.
What is this?
This is horn.
Horn of which animal?
This is
sheep.
Yes. Yeah. And they go in procession to one village from another. No, I didn't expect this coming from them. I was pleasantly surprised. Have you wondered why are they called Maasai? It's because of their language Ma. That's why it's Maasai, M-A-A-S-A-I, not Maasai, M-A-S-A-I. That's for the National Reserve Maasai Mara, not the Maasai tribe. In simple terms, the name Maasai itself means people who speak Ma. And Ma is an oral language, similar to our Gondi language, which is also an oral language. The oral tradition of Maasai people carries such weight that they decided to name themselves after it. Then of course, I got to see them perform Adumu, the world famous traditional jumping dance. Live of course. The Adumu is part of Yunodo, the ceremony in which the junior warriors or Morani graduate to the ranks of manhood. A long observed coming of age ceremony that includes 10 days or more of singing, dancing and traditions. The jumping also acts as a way for men to attract brides. Then they took me around and felt very proud to show their way of life. Like any other tourist, even I got to see their mud house, making a fire, the ladies making their jewelry. I must say the women work very hard. I got to click lots of pictures with them, had a great time, especially with the kids. It was the most exhilarating experience in my life. With a heavy heart and a promise to come back, I left the village carrying loads of memories to last this lifetime. Thank you, Maasai, for inspiring millions of people like me across the world and help us do our bit in preserving these ancient tribal cultures for the coming generation. And you know what I did? I came back to India and headed directly to Adilabad. I met the Gusadis, the Gond tribes, and shared them all my experiences and stories in the Maasai village. It was kind of a full circle. Then, as promised, the amount which came from the coffee table book, Gusadi Celebration of Being God, was handed over to the Gusadi chief, Mr. Jangu Babu, so that this amount will be used for the Gusads in some way in the coming days. And what was very heart-touching was one of the warriors told me that we are all actually one, just separated by land and water millions of years ago. I know all of us know that, but we don't remember it anymore. We have tagged ourselves with different names. I wish more and more people could realize this fact. World would be a much better place.